Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing this look here, which is my Lili Reinhart inspired makeup tutorial. Recently, you guys, ever since Riverdale came out, I've had quite a few of you from my vlog channel and some of you on my beauty channel telling me that I look like Lili Reinhart. It's this new thing going around for me. It used to be the Olsen twins, then it was Jian from Tiara, and then I also got, who else did I get? I get a few people from time to time. But yes, now it's also Lili Reinhart in there, which I personally don't quite see, but I guess sometimes I can see it. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I figured I would have fun with it and do an inspired makeup tutorial for you guys just to have some fun and try out her looks. So without further ado, let's hop right into the tutorial. Okay, so for this look, I have in already my Olens Russian Velvet circle lenses in the color blue. These ones are my all-time favorite blue contact lenses I have ever purchased in my entire life. And trust me, you guys, I have been buying colored lenses since, like, what was it, grade 11 in high school? Yeah, crazy, right? So basically for this look, I've noticed that Lili constantly does very natural and subtle makeup looks. So this one's going to be a pretty easy tutorial with minimal products just because I want to keep it minimal just like she always does. So of course, starting off with base makeup, I'm going to be going in with one of my all-time favorites, which is the Kate Powderless Liquid for Cover Foundation in OCD. And I haven't been able to find this particular color on Amazon anymore, which is a little bit weird because it used to always be on Amazon and now they only have a few of the colors, so maybe they'll eventually get it back. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to be using that on a cushion puff today because I like cushion puffs. If any of you have never considered using these kind of cushion puffs from Korea for your regular foundation routine, I highly recommend them. You can buy them individually, so you don't actually have to buy a cushion foundation to have the puff. You can just go to any Korean website or international store or even Amazon and get them on there. They're really amazing for applying foundation. It's funny because I never considered that I looked similar to her at all, so I think this is more like a fan service video because I just don't really see it. I'm just going to go in and try to conceal my dark circles with this NARS Creamy Concealer in Vanilla, which is a little bit too light for my current skin tone. So I'm just going to try to use the smallest amount. I really need to get another concealer. I saw that Bobbi Brown came out with a new full coverage liquid concealer for under eyes, and I really want to try it, but Bobbi Brown is so expensive in Australia. It's totally unreasonable. So maybe when I'm going to Canada I'll get it. We'll see. But if it's gonna be $90 for a concealer, you can bet my bottom I'm not gonna be paying that kind of money. As per usual, I'm not going to be setting my face with powder because it breaks me out. I'm just going to be setting my eyes with powder so that my eyeshadow can blend seamlessly. So I'm just going to be going in with the NYX No Filter powder. Oh my god, my fingernail just stabbed into it. This always happens to me. But I'm just going to be going in with the NYX No Filter powder on a powder brush. I'm just going to pat over my eyes. But as I said, I'm keeping it away from the rest of my face because all powders break me out. A lot of you guys said to try mineral powders, but I really don't like mineral powders. I've used them before on my face in the past, and they've always just looked really bad on my skin. I've used Bare Minerals and what's that other one? Bare Minerals and there's some other one that I've used. Either way, don't like them. The only time I ever liked them was a Physician Formula one that I used a long time ago in my first acne coverage video, 5 years ago. And I liked it for the, using it as a concealer before foundation, then putting foundation over top worked amazing for that. But otherwise on its own or for setting foundation, not for me. Now, Lili's eyebrows look to be a lot thinner than mine and a little bit more arched. And I'm not really going to try to change mine too much because that would probably require a lot more heavier of a tutorial, and I just kind of want this to be an inspired look, not a transformation. So, oh my god, I can't get this. I had the hardest time getting this eyebrow powder open. They just expect you to have super strong nails to open it, and I don't have those. So taking my Garbo and Kelly brow powder in brunette, I'm going in with the lightest shade from that kit because her eyebrows are lighter than mine since she is more blonde than me. And I'm going to start at the arch of my eyebrow, trying to give myself some more height, and then pulling it down the tail. Yeah, focusing on trying to create the arch that I don't really have. I think it's so funny that like Lili and Cole Sprouse are dating now. Like I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed. I haven't really looked into it that much, but I think it's kind of funny. I was pretty positive Cole Sprouse had a girlfriend for like 7 years or whatever. Like even when they're filming, what's it called? Riverdale. Like I thought he had a girlfriend then, but I guess he didn't. Or they just didn't work out and now him and Lili are like a thing. Like, I'm kind of annoyed by that. Because I want Cole Sprouse. JK, guys, I'm just kidding. Taking a spoolie brush. Well, this is actually the end of a different brow product, but it has a really nice spoolie on it. I'm just going to try to feather that shape out a bit so it's not as abrupt. Because personally, I'm not a fan of really heavy eyebrows, like really obviously filled in. Then with a bit of that NARS concealer on the back of my hand, I'm going to be taking a flat synthetic concealer brush and I'm just going to pick that up and carve out my brows to kind of create a more lifted look to match Lili's eyebrows because hers are much more lifted than mine. So I'm going to focus that like in the inner part of my brow. Also trying to like thin them out without like going hardcore on them. All right, I think that's the best of my brows, like as thin as they're going to get without having to glue them and go full drag mode on them. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply some eyebrow mascara, which is my usual Excel Tokyo one. I'm just going to apply that to kind of slightly lighten my brow hairs. Also, I'm pulling them in an upward position also to give a little more lift. Anyway, Lili's nose is completely different from mine. Our noses are completely different, not the same at all, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a similar contour to hers, but it's probably gonna end up just being like my usual contour anyway. So going in with my old NYC Tokyo whatever brow palette, which I cannot find online anymore, unfortunately, you guys, but any kind of ash colored blonde brow kit would be really, really good for nose contour. If you have like a similar skin tone to mine, I really, really love using brow kits for nose contour. So just going in with this flat shadow brush, very, very flat shadow brush, I'm just going to try to copy her nose shape. So it's wide there, then it goes in, then it pulls back out a little bit, and then up straight. I won't be able to transform my nose in the inner part because it's just so thin. And then kind of back in again like that. Her nose bridge is overall much larger, not larger, but wider than mine. I have a very thin nose bridge for most of my nose. I think her nose is a bit shorter than mine too. I think mine's longer, so I'm just gonna try to shorten it like that. And then taking whatever is left over on my powder brush, I'm just going to try to lightly buff that out so it's not so abrupt. Kind of, gonna try. I don't want to erase it too much or else I'll lose the shape I created. So it doesn't look like Lili does too much for contour, so I'm just going to go ahead and lightly contour my face, just kind of match her facial features a little bit more. So I think I'm going to be taking, which color should I take? I'm going to take this color right here and lightly contour around my cheekbone area because her cheekbones are higher than mine. I don't have much for cheekbones. Just going to apply a bit to lift up My face, man, it's gonna be rough when I'm like really old because my face is just gonna keep sagging the older I get. It's just gonna keep sagging and sagging, and then I'm definitely gonna be one of those old ladies with their really, really like sagging cheeks for sure. Because my cheekbones have no support. That's a given. Nope. Starting to unleash those baby hairs. And then I'm just gonna bronze around my hairline just to balance out the face, because it's always awkward if you only contour certain parts of your face and not the rest. Lili also has a much stronger jawline than me. I don't really have a strong jawbone. I have a very, very small jawbone. So I'm just gonna kind of chisel out and define it a little bit. Just around the bone area and under. I've also noticed that Lili wears a lot of pink blushes, so I'm going to go ahead and take this really nice kind of warm toned pink with a little bit of gold shimmer in it by Excel Tokyo, and I'm just going to pick that up with a small powder brush and pat that right onto the lower part of the apples of my cheeks, because that looks like where she usually like applies it. For me, I love pulling it up along my contour or bronzer area, but I won't be doing it this time, which feels weird. Oh, it feels weird. I have a strong desire to pull it up, but I'm going to resist for the purpose of the video. Oops, I think I got a little too much on that one side. No! It's really easy to go overboard with this blush, I feel like. It's like one time you push too hard and bam! Too much blush. Well, now it looks like I have to put a little bit of powder on my face. So just taking that leftover powder brush, I'm just gonna try to really lightly buff out that blush so it's not too apparent. So I noticed that Lili has a lot more of a dewy look rather than that on point glow fleek look, that super like shook look. So I'm going to be taking this Bobbi Brown highlighter, which is my favorite for achieving that really dewy skin wet look. I'm just going to be picking that up on a large flat powder brush, and I'm just going to be applying that to the inner part of my cheeks, even though I hate doing that because it really accentuates the pores. But Lili is always glowing on her cheeks, and then I'm just going to pull it up a little bit and around the face. That's one thing I liked, is that Lili always has a good glow going on, even in Riverdale. What do you guys think? Is Riverdale more of a teen series? Because I really enjoyed it, and it didn't feel too teenish to me. Like it was like a solid in between of young adult or teens or adult also. Because I guess that's because the Archie comics, right? Like it's for like our generation kind of. And I'll apply it to the center of my forehead too, because Lili's got her glow going on all the time. And a little bit to the chin. And picking up some of that color on this Sigma E32 exact blend brush. I'm just going to be trying to apply it where her nose picks up the light. So on the two outer parts of the tip, because her nose tip area is a lot wider than mine. So just those two outer areas catch the light. And then her nose bridge on the outer parts also catches the light right there as well. Mine never does. Mine never naturally catches the light here. And then also in between the brows catches the light on her. And then just a little bit along the upper lip line. Okay, so my face base is completely done and ready to go. So now we're going to move on to the eyes. And for the eyes, and for the eyes, she always seems to keep it really, really simple, featuring a lot of shimmer tones, featuring a lot of highlighting colors, and then also a lot of like neutral pink shades. So I'm going to try to do that today. All right, so I was looking through my entire makeup collection, and surprisingly enough, I don't really have too many pink colors. I have maybe 3, and the rest are blushes, but most of my blushes pull warm tones, and then the pinks that I have also are either more on the warm side or a lot on the light side. So the closest one I could find that might work is from this old Sigma, what is it? Sigma Fall Softly palette, and it's the pink color here, and I think that's the only one that would be somewhat similar to what she might wear, but I'm going to try to mix it with other ones and see if that will work. So I'm going to be taking that, what is it, Lovely shade from the palette, and I'm just going to try to pack it on. Yeah, so I think this is a little lighter than what she normally would wear, but that's okay. So I'm just going to put that all on the outer half of my eye. I feel like Lili Reinhart's makeup is always like wedding makeup. Makeup always looks like it's her wedding day. I'm just also going to pull whatever is left over of those colors all throughout the crease area as my transition shade as well. So it's just basically like a wash of color. Going into this L'Oreal Le Petite 2 palette, which is the Pink Tones palette, I'm going to be taking this number 2 purple shade here, and I'm going to be using a very small amount of that just in the crease area and the outer definition lines to kind of deepen the color and cool it down a little bit without being a brown or too heavy. So just picking up a light amount of that and tapping off the excess as much as possible. I'm just going to pop it right along that crease line to deepen the shade and also help define my eye. I've noticed Lili also has much deeper eye sockets than me. Mine aren't that, like I don't really have that deep of a crease or definition, but she definitely does. Then I'm going to pop a little bit on the outer portion as well, pulling it slowly in towards the middle. And these colors actually are blending really nicely together. Next, I've noticed that Lili uses quite a bit of shimmer in her eye looks, especially on the inner portion of the eye. So I'm going to be taking one of my all-time favorite shimmer colors from Etude House. It is the color right here, which is called Rose Gold Scarf. And it's just stunning. It's my favorite. It's so beautiful. I love it. It seems so enthusiastic, but it's true. This one's always sold out too. Like it's always the one that sells the best in Etude House. So I'm just going to be taking a little bit of that, and I'm going to be putting it on that inner corner and pulling it towards the center. And it's just a really small amount because although Lili does use a lot of shimmer colors, they're usually just a light wash of color. It's nothing really intense or too bold, which is like totally my style too. I'm not really a big fan of like really showy, flashy looks. And it just kind of helps to warm up the look a little bit as well, while also keeping the pink tones in there. Going back into my Etude House palette, I'm taking the color right here, which is the kind of this nice frosted champagne shade, and it is color number BR406 from the Look at My Eyes jewel line. Not too sure if you'll be able to get this on Amazon. You might have to go to the actual Etude House website or globalgmarket.com, because I've noticed recently Amazon's cleared out a lot of their Japanese cosmetics and Korean cosmetics, and they're switching over to like just having them on their own websites again, which is a little bit disappointing because I found it so easy just always, you know, sending you guys to one website for everything that I use. Now it's kind of like, okay, a little bit annoying. But anyway, I'm just going to be popping this color right on the inner corner and pulling it up towards my brow bone as a nice little shimmery highlight. Then I'm also going to pull that right into and connect it onto that brow bone as the highlight as well. Now this area of the eye look is where Lili or her makeup artist focuses a lot of the shimmer, is always around the inner corner and right on that lower lash line right there, which to me is a really like old makeup trend to pop it there. So that's it for the base glitter layer. Now I'm going to go ahead and deepen up that glitter as well. So for that, I'm going to be using my favorite rose gold tier eyeliner from Etude House. It's the number 4 shade. I don't know why I always think number 3, but basically I'm going to be accentuating that glitter just along the inner corner and that lower inner third of the tear duct, and also lightly pull it up and fade it away. And then once that dries, I can go in and kind of buff out the edges so they're a little bit softer. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start lining my eyes. And for this part of the look, I once again noticed she doesn't really do wing eyeliner ever. It's more of just a very, very tight lined eye with black eyeliner, which is a little bit out of my favorite zone. I usually prefer a dark brown or a medium brown, but today I'm going to be using a black eyeliner. This is the Etude House Play 101 pencil in the #1 shade, which is a nice soft black liner. So I'm just going to go ahead and tight line my lashes. I have to get closer to the mirror to do this though. So lifting up with my finger on the lashes and just drawing along. It's funny, whenever I do like intense things, one of my hands always does this weird like hold it to the side thing, and I'm just like, what is happening? And then getting in between the lashes as well. I've also noticed Lili doesn't do any black eyeliner on the lower waterline, so I'm just going to go ahead and lightly apply a small amount to the top of the lashes as well on that lash line. So not on the waterline this time, but just following along the lashes. A really, 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 really small amount though. And then before that sets, I'm just going to go in with this very flat, dense, I don't even know what to call this. Like, it's just a really flat, dense brush. And just lightly buff out that lash line. I really am loving this makeup look. This is like what I do, like the kind of style that I would do if I was going out for the night. Except I might just deepen the wing, like the smoky wing a little bit. Oh, the other day for Kyle's birthday when we went out, I did something quite similar. Okay, so now that the Etude House glitter has dried around my eyes, I'm just going to go ahead and buff out those edges a little bit so it's not as harsh. Just ever so slightly, not a lot. So not only does Lili have much larger, wider open eyes than me, but she also goes in and often highlights the lower lash line as well on the waterline. So I'm just going to be taking this Etude House Play 101 pencil in this really nice creamy shade #7, and I'm just going to be using that right on my lower waterline to tight line and help brighten it up as well. I never do this because my lower lashes are really like there, and it always, like whenever I do this, it always sticks to my lashes as well, and it just looks really chunky in my opinion. Plus, I don't know why, but I feel like I can always feel when I have eyeliner on my waterlines. Like I'm always really aware of it, and it just really is uncomfortable in my opinion. So taking a spoolie brush, I'm just going to try to wipe some of that eyeliner away from my lower lashes so it doesn't clump them together too much. Okay, so the eyes are almost done, but I also noticed that Lili also features a lot of falsies in her looks. Like she always has a very, very, very long luscious lashes on that are at the same time very natural looking. So I'm going to be going in with these Japanese ones that I did get in Japan, and they are a Lash Concierge in 08 Passion Cute. And they're just these really nice, fluffy, natural looking lashes that are long at the same time. So I'm just going to take pair of those and measure them out because I know they're going to be much too long for my eyes. Yeah, and then just cut a little bit of them off. I need scissors though. Where are my scissors? Going in with this Flow Fleur Motte mascara in Long, I'm just going to go ahead and apply a light coat of that over my natural lashes and my falsies. I don't want to do too much because I don't like ruining lashes too much. So I lied, I put more than a light coat on my lashes because hers are just so long, and I have no natural falsies that are that long. Alright, so the last step is the lips, and I have also noticed that Lili doesn't often wear lipstick or bold colors. It's usually like a tint-ish style of lipstick, or like a slightly colored glossy lipstick or lip gloss or whatever you want to call it. So I'm thinking today I'm just going to go in with a Korean style lip tint, but I'm not too sure which color to use because I feel like what she uses usually is in between a natural pink tint or lip gloss, or more of a peachy one. So I have 3 colors here that I feel might work. So one is more of a cool pink, the other one is more of a nice peachy shade, which I usually wear all the time. This is like a go-to lip color for me, and then the other one is more of an orangey color. So I'm not too sure which one to go for because they all kind of look a little bit different on me. I feel like the pink one might be a little bit too cool, but I feel like it would be fun. So let's just swatch them on the back of my hand and see. So that's the really pink one, which I think is close. Then the next one is the peachy one, which I feel might be a bit too light. I feel like that one's too light, especially for my current skin tone. I feel like it doesn't work. And then the last one is the more reddish kind of orange one. So I'm feeling, it's tough. I feel like I might go with the first one because I don't think I have an exact match to what she usually wears. So this is the Etude House Berry Delicious Lip Tint in number PK04. Is that? I don't know. It's a bit worn off, the color code, but this is one of my favorite tint lines. I think that's actually a pretty good match. The only thing is that I feel like it needs a little bit of gloss over top of it because she always has really glossy lips. So for my gloss today, I'm just going to be taking this Sigma Lip Switch in Flip Flop, which is kind of a warmer toned holographic lip gloss, but if you apply a really small amount, it just acts as a normal gloss. It's not really that too color changing. So I'm just going to apply a little bit just to help give it a little bit of a warmer tone while also giving it a bit of a shine. But anyway, this is it for my Lili Reinhart inspired look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. It's totally my style of makeup, although I'm not really one to wear lip colors this pink. I usually prefer something more on the kind of neutral beige side, more of like mauves and stuff like that, or more of a peachy look. Not really into like bright pink colors, but it's an inspired tutorial, so I hope you guys liked it. Remember to thumbs up this video if you did, comment down below, and of course subscribe if you want to see more of my makeup tutorials, as I upload 1 to 2 videos every week on this channel, and sometimes a third one comes in there recently. I don't know. I have an interesting schedule on here, and of course check out my vlog channel where I upload almost daily videos on my life here as I live in Melbourne, Australia and travel around, and apparently I can't talk anymore because I'm stuttering like crazy over here. But yeah, I really like this look. It's really fun.